so powerful in our lives. It is life-changing. It is, and I say that because Heidi and I, during her cancer illness, went through incredible experiences using this principle of radical gratitude. No matter what happened, we gave thanks. We are just not wise enough, I think, to know when something happens what the results will be, what the outworking would be of that. And so we judge, and I think we often judge wrongly, because we say, oh, this is horrible. I've got to get away from this. This has no value to me at all. And that is simply not correct. And this is what we did. Now, I want to share with you a poem I've since, during the time that we had this illness and worked together, Heidi and I, we prepared to do a book called Cancer Together, a Love Story. And since that, I have published it, and someday I hope to be in Montreal, and I'll bring some copies with me so we can share it. We can share it together, because it is a powerful spiritual principle here. And I'm going to read you the poem that's entitled Radical Gratitude. So listen to this. We agreed to say yes to every shred of life that cancer introduced. News good, news bad, just casual observers. We became the eye of cancer's hurricane, quiet, peaceful, calm, certain. Were we perfect? No, not our goal. Did we love, live, and enjoy? Yes. Cancer never beat us, not once. I'm going to read this once more so that you get the gist of it, and it's sort of in your soul as it's in mine. We agreed to say yes to every shred of life that cancer introduced. News good, news bad, just casual observers. We became the eye of cancer's hurricane, quiet, peaceful, calm, certain. Were we perfect? No, not our goal. Did we live, love, enjoy? Yes. Cancer never beat us, not once. Now that's a statement that goes back 4 years, and nearly 4 years of the cancer experience that Heidi and I had. And it mentions the eye of a hurricane. Now, being here in Florida, we often experiences hurricanes or near hurricanes, and you can be sure the media makes sure we know every possibility that one may be coming, maybe someday, 2 weeks from now. It's off the coast of Africa. It's on its way. And the media people make a big deal about something moving away from Africa in our direction. It's sometimes laughable how they get so excited and try to get us as excited. But one time in one of the hurricanes that Heidi and I experienced, it literally came directly over our home in Jupiter, Florida, just south of where I'm living now. Now, the hurricane is like a donut, big, high, huge, lethal donut. But there is in the center of it the eye. And we had just one time the experience of a hurricane getting so close to us that we had about an hour, perhaps 2, in the eye of that hurricane. And we've just experienced 120, 130 mile an hour winds going in one direction, and we were getting ready to experience 120 to 130 mile winds in the other direction because it whirls. But we're in the eye, and the eye is absolutely a beautiful day. There's no clouds. The cone goes all the way up to the heavens. So it's beautiful blue sky. It's sunny. You can't see the sun, but it's sunny and bright and clear, and there's almost no wind at all. It's so peaceful and calm. You've just been through 130-mile winds, and now it is absolutely still and quiet and beautiful. So that was the image that we wanted to hold for the cancer experience, because as you might guess, and perhaps some of you have had that experience, there is so much that goes on when you're being treated for cancer and being worked with some of the doctors and nurses and all. There's all of this going on. and yet we determined we were going to hold the image of the eye. Whatever went around us, we would allow it to happen. So this is why we call it living the radical gratitude, because that's a very, very radical statement and a very radical consciousness to be in. You're at peace when there is all around you little peace, very, very little peace. There just doesn't seem to be, doctors, nurses, all kinds of things going on. So, but we chose to find the eye of Cancer's hurricane. So that has become really the hallmark of what it is that I have now been living my life. And when Heidi was with me, we did that together every day. But all of us can continue in that attitude. You don't need to go be upset by life's difficulties. And we're in one of the most challenging difficulty of all with this COVID thing. But we can find in this a sense of peace and calm and a place of being centered. So I'm going to give you 4 steps to do this. First is wait. When something's going on, just wait. Don't decide, don't react, don't energize whatever's going on with your attention and your input. Just hold on, just wait. That's first. Second, observe what's going on. Take time to look at what's happening without energy in it. Just look. Just, if you can, be as calm about it as possible. Just observe. So wait and observe. The third step is another W. Withhold judgment. Don't decide whether this is good, this is bad, because there is in it something that would be of advantage to you. So wait, observe, and withhold. And the fourth step is be open to opportunities. So there are 2 O's there, but be open to opportunities. Look at what has happened. If you have withheld judgment, you can take a step that serves you. It becomes an opportunity for you to live well and to pass through anything which may seem to be very difficult. You can take charge, if you will, with the help of Spirit. You can take charge if you'll wait, observe, withhold judgment, and open yourself to the opportunities that whatever this is has presented to you. Now, I want to give you an example of a minister friend of mine years ago in my very first ministry. I was in Spokane, Washington. That's Eastern Washington, and not out where Seattle is, where the Pacific is, but Eastern Washington, which is very beautiful. It is farming and lots of forests and lumbering and all that sort of thing. So, but at the church there was a church built by an early Unity minister, very early, back in the early 1900s. It was built on one of the hills that surrounded the Spokane Valley. There's a beautiful river that runs through Spokane, and it's created a valley, very large valley, over the centuries on both the south and north sides of the city. And the Unity Church was on the south side. And it was built on a level place. They leveled the place, and it was literally on the side of the hill. And terraces were below it and above it, not many above, it was pretty high, but terraced down below so others would have a view of a lovely city and the river and that sort of thing. Well, years before I came, one of the ministers was rushing late to a Wednesday afternoon prayer meeting that they held at lunchtime every Wednesday. And he came rushing in, and everybody else was already there. He'd been delayed by a telephone call, which often happens to us ministers at the very last minute, just when we need to leave for someplace. We get an important call. So he came rushing in late. Now, at that church, they had purchased a property adjacent to it and turned it into a large parking lot, and had already laid the macadam and laid it down, but had not finished it, had not done the lines and put in the parking blocks. But so he had to park there because on their smaller lot, all of his students were already there. It was all parked up. So he raced in, parked in the new parking lot, and raced into his meeting. After about 20 minutes, another person came into the meeting and came in a few minutes late with this very puzzled and upset expression on her face. And she whispers something in the minister's ear, and he gets up and says, "Excuse me, I have to attend to something." And so he walks out. Of course, now all the other people at the prayer time, about a dozen, I think, follow him out across the opening and over to the new parking lot. But there's no car in the new parking lot. And so my minister friend walks to the edge, to the terrace, and sees his new car upside down in the alley that's between the church and the church parking lot and houses down below. It is laying upside down, its hood, its top pressed down to the hood and pressed down to the trunk, flattened. And so he's standing there with his dozen or so prayer partners, and he says, "I can't wait to see what good is going to come out of this." This is exactly what I'm talking about. And I happen to know the good that came out of that, because this is a while ago, because his car was nearly new, 6 or 8, 10 months old. And when his insurance adjuster came, the adjuster noted that, looked down at his car and said, that's totaled. You're going to have to get yourself a new car. And he did. He got a brand new car. And that was at least part of the good that came out of this. So that attitude, I can't wait to see what good comes out of this, is really what I'm saying with this concept of radical gratitude. There's always something in whatever happens that is the activity of spirit. Remember what St. Paul said in his letter to the Romans: all things work together for good for those who love God. He didn't say most things, he said all things work together for those who love God. So even when you find yourself in a situation that is upsetting, difficult, don't allow that to change your commitment and your spiritual sense. Don't lose it in that. Allow it, wait, observe what's going on, withhold judgment as much as you possibly can, and look for the opportunities. Look for the openings in that situation for you to experience more good than you could have expected from that particular thing. So that's my message for today. I'm hoping you have enjoyed it, and what more than anything, I'm hoping that you put it to work in your lives, because I can tell you from direct, powerful experience, some of which looked horrible, that in this radical aliveness point of view, wonderful things will unfold. Wonderful things will unfold. That's the promise. All things work together for good for those who love God. Thanks.
You have us all touched and grateful. And
thank you, Maya.
Ask you to lead us now in our morning meditation.
Okay. Well, let's get quiet and get still. And I'm going to take a sip of water. And gently close your eyes. Take a deep breath, as I just did, and settle into the chair or the place that you are. Breathe deeply and open yourself to that wonderful inner chamber, your heart, your spiritual heart in this case. Beloved presence, we open ourselves to the conscious awareness of your loving presence. Jesus taught, love one another as I have loved you. What a powerful commandment that is. So we allow ourselves to be loved with that spiritual love, that deep place that is the core of our very being. Love one another as I have loved you. And feel that sense of divine love filling your mind and your spiritual heart right now. Place into this space that we've created any concerns or difficulties or issues that are concerning you. And gently touch on them and let go of the concern and open yourself to possibilities that this concern may bring for you and to you. You may find that opportunity in this moment or in moments to come. But as we trust, as we know that the very Spirit of God is at work and that all things are working together for good, the good is being revealed now or in the next few moments in our life experience. Goodness is coming. Goodness is being revealed. Good is our heritage because we love God. We love this planet, all the people in it. We give thanks for those wonderful 8 religious organizations. We hold them all as blessed as ours are blessed. So we say together, knowing that the good is being revealed, thank you, beloved presence. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are so grateful, and all is well. And so it is. Amen.
Amen. So, would you like to unmute yourself if you want to? We're going to now take a moment to bless what is in our life as a manifestation of our time and talent. And that is the source, the consciousness from where we have the opportunity to give. So for a moment, just look around you and for a moment think, this is manifestation of my time, my talent. This is what I have created in this life. Even if it's just a glimpse of something very quote unquote ordinary. Even if it's your cat who's meowing behind you, or your puppy, or you're anticipating a meal that you're going to be, whatever is the good that comes to your mind right now, that is part of your life, and put your arms around it. It is your heritage, it's your destiny. You feel fulfilled. It's your Father's great pleasure to give you what you have need of. And we are holding for a moment, really put your arms around your good. Small, maybe imperfect, but acknowledge. And then it is from there that I give in consciousness, I give through the various channels of donating and sending the support. The giving and the receiving is a powerful teaching in unity. For a moment, just center in yourself in this flow of giving and receiving. And we have this lovely statement. We say it every Sunday when we are together. And I'm going to say it now for all of us. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I give and all that I receive. And so it is. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Amen.
Maya,
Yes.
as you talked about the cat and the dog, You're a shadow who just came up to me.
Oh,
There's a shadow.
hello.
You can't see much of him. There's his tongue because he's totally black.
Yeah. And what a wonderful spirit. He came when Heidi was still with you in person.
That's right. That's right.
Is a link.
He used to lie down next to her on her bed, and she would rest with her hand on him, and he would put a paw on her. So Shadow is our favorite animal. He's really wonderful. So hi, it's Shadow saying hi.
Hi.
Hi, Shadow.
Yeah, sometimes at our noon prayer, and I have a picture, but I don't know how to put it up yet, where one of our participants has a cat. And as she was sitting there meditating, the cat came up from behind and sat there, just not on top of her, next to her, in perfect cat pose. And I couldn't help it. I had to take a picture.
Take a picture.
I showed it to the other participant. It looks like a figurine, so quiet, but the cat showed it. So I want to talk about something that I'm in conversation with Catherine. Catherine and I are thinking, or I am thinking, and I have sort of been blessed that Catherine is willing to start a new moon activity. And that would entail, and I want to tell you about that, that is not in any one particular religious or organizational way. It will be held to a half an hour. It will be at noon on the day of the new moon, new beginnings. And we have people among us who are drummers. And I've put out the word that we would like to have some drumming, and maybe we'll have a recording of a drum if we don't have them able to join in. But the idea would be to connect us to the more shamanic nature teachings and the global teaching of the new moon, the cyclicalness of the new moon. And we would take some of the ideas that we would find, maybe one or two sentences, and then we would have the drumming, and we would open ourselves up to the power of the new moon, and then we would have a unity short blessing. And so the new moon this month is in Virgo, right, Catherine? And it is on the 17th of this month. And
Yes.
I believe it is, yes, on Thursday, coming up. So our noon meditation on Thursday is a special new moon meditation.
Okay.
So I feel as I talk with other people about this, and I know Gloria is one that I talk to about a global network of light workers across the planet, that the linking at the moment to me is powerful. And several of us are connecting with other light workers. They're not unity necessarily, but they're very spiritually based. And so we are starting just to open our consciousness to it. And we had this last week, we were with Silent Unity, the prayer ministry of Unity School. And they were having a World Day of Prayer. And we tuned in with them, and they have something very charming and beautiful. And you can donate to light a candle, and then the candle shows up on your map of the planet where you are. So we lit the candle, and we saw that Montreal has now, but it's another visual aid to see us reaching across and with other light workers. So the light worker concept that I have invited Gloria to help me with, and any of you who want to be part of that, just to hold the idea. You know, an idea is only an idea till it's planted in fertile ground and watered. I see that now after last weekend. I had planted, I wanted to have sage, aromatic sage in my Buddha garden. And I had planted 4 new plants. They literally boiled in the sun of 120 degrees. They were like
Ooh.
limped over. It wasn't that they didn't have enough water. They boiled in the heat. And so, you know, but anyway, so light across the planet, light workers, and we are part of a larger consciousness, the Unity Center of Montreal. I mean, yes, we are small, but we are powerful. When we see ourselves, that we, you know, and I really mean it, that what's going on here, which Scott was talking about, the 120 kilometer or miles an hour winds, you know, swirling. And then there is, he was describing it as the cone, the eye of the storm. And we were talking about this, just above that turbulence is this spiritual dimension. Right, it's not far away, it's right here. To go there and from that level, I can see with my mind's eye, I can see these lights across the planet of praying people. Of all of these religions have praying people who are praying, who want peace. So that's the light workers around the planet. And this week on the 17th, a first new moon meditation, hopefully with any of you who are drummers, join in. We will have first a drumming circle of about 3 or 4 minutes, and then we go into the meditation. But we keep it short, and it's not more than a half an hour. And then, of course, we have a board meeting. Well, we are attempting to have a board meeting on Monday at 2 o'clock, right? Sharifa, you on my calendar. And every day at noon meditation. And then we have
What's gonna happen?
a chaplaincy on Thursday and Wednesday at 5, our study group. And I really would like to ask you to put it on your calendar, not to forget to join in. It is the unity, the quest for truth is very, very condensed, rich unity, metaphysics, right?
Wonderful. That's a great, great book to use.
And I tell you, we have learned to stop after a paragraph and talk about it, because it's so much in each paragraph that we don't want to just run through the book. We want to go deep. I would like to do something with the people who are with us. I know we have 15 people on the screen, and then I'm going to go around and I'm going to add on the people that are listening in. Gloria, you have Terry? Okay. Nicole, do you have somebody? 2? No? Okay. Wilma, do you have Teresa? Okay.
Yes.
Merlin, do you have somebody? She's muted.
It's muted.
Yeah. And Susan, do you have somebody?
Yes, I've got Teresa and Lester.
Okay. I have a feeling that we have about 8 people who are listening in with us. And we got Paul, he's somewhere out and about in the hospital.
Yeah. Oh, he's in the hospital?
Hi there. No. He's working, I think. Hello.
Oh, he's got a mask on.
And I want to say hello to all of you who are not visually with us, but who are with us in spirit. And thank you. Oh, there is Sandra sending us thank you. Have a peaceful and blessed Sunday. It's the same to you, Sandra. Okay, I have, you know, I'm fascinated with churches who are doing this with the sound. And I have something that I want to play for you. You can sing along. It's it's the church at Unity Village called Unity Village Chapel, and they are singing the peace song. And so I have this recorded, and I thought, well, at least we hear them sing it, because it's been recorded in such a way that there is no time lag. When we sing, right, we're all off in all directions. So what I would like to do is for you to take the people in your life that are with you on the phone, and also as you're seeing people on the screen, and reach out your hands, even though nobody is there physically, but reach across the screen. Start being multi-sensory. Be bold. Feel the presence of the hand of the person next to you on the screen or on your telephone. Let the energy flow. And here is our peace song. I don't know if it will work. As you know, I'm always willing to try something new. So this is our peace song. We come afterwards out of the peace song to bless each other with namaste. And we are all going to stay on. If you want to chat a little bit, have a little fellowship, and be with Scott. As creator,
and we all agree. Let us walk with each other.
perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me.
Me that things will go wrong right now.
Joyous vow to take each
And
each
take
eternal
care of there be peace and let it begin.
Yeah. We have our hands up. We have our hands across the planet. We have our hands across to the people on the screen. And we bring back the light and the love from this hour and communicate it through our eyes by looking at each other, saying hello and namaste. 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 Namaste.
Dr. Maya, I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
If I want to send money electronically, what is the password? I forget.
Beige.
Beige.
What?
B-I-G-E. Beige.
I'm sorry, I didn't get it.
Yeah. B for boy.
Yep,
E for Emil.
yep,
I for India.
yep.
D for George.
Okay.
E for Emil.
Oh, beige. Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay.
You know what it is? The question is, what is the color of my first?
Oh, yes, yes, the car. All right.
Somebody, I don't know how that came about, but you get to ask these questions. They have to make up something that could be easy and to be
Yeah.
remembered, right?
Okay. Thank you.
So hello, everybody. Anybody
Hello.
comment? Please unmute yourself. Be so kind. I'm seeing all these red buttons that says I can't hear you. Unmute yourself. Jeanette, unmute yourself. Merlin.
I have something to say to Scott.
Yes.
Hi, Scott.
Hi.
I just wanted to thank you for the story that you told us today. It was like an aha moment for me when you said that. It's gonna completely change my way of thinking.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Well, you two are the people who have a history in alternative healing.
Mhm.
And I want to get you two together sometime. So we could talk about, doing something. Scott, of course, made me aware that we need to wait till he can fly up and visit and stay with us and do it in person.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like.
It's hard to do a sacred meditation if you can't touch somebody.
Yeah, that's true.
Very difficult.
Very
What
difficult.
about,
Yeah.
can you do therapeutic touch without touching? No.
Well, we've been doing that. We meet every second Tuesday. Our group meets every second Tuesday, and when we do it like over the internet. I mean, yes, it works, but I prefer having the person in front of me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Strongly agree.
Yeah.
So we put this in the back of our scheduling, and I'm looking now for reasons to come.
Mhm.
They're my ponies that pull on. If spirit has enough things that will want to happen in person,
Mhm.
that
Right.
becomes a pony for me to say, okay, spirit, you want me there, then make it happen, right? I don't want to go into quarantine when I go to Montreal. So lift the quarantine.
Up to.
And but I think now we got Scott who says, I'm willing to come
Mhm.
for a weekend with you, or two, maybe come for a few days and do a few things with us. And
I love your beautiful city. Heidi and I visited there. Believe it or not, we went there in winter, which
Oh.
interesting. But there's
It's
some sort of underground place that you can walk all over the city underground. So we did that. That was lots of fun, but that's been years ago.
to do shopping as a beautiful store under.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
You can spend money.
But maybe it'll be spring. We'll see.
But it's beautiful. It's this beauty to the Montreal winter. It's sunny often, and yes, it's cold. It's cold.
It's cool.
And
Guess you
then,
noticed my tan.
yeah,
I'm sort of the only one here with a tan. Well,
I know that's.
I don't try to get it. You just get it when you're here.
Yeah.
You don't need to try.
No,
And
I really mean it. I mean it also in other ways that, this is actually the first pony. Scott saying this idea of doing any alternative healing teaching has to be done in person. So there is a peg in the future calendar where
Okay,
we need to be.
I'm with you.
We need to be together. And
I
I
have
know.
a question. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Sharifa.
No, I just wanted to be clear on who connects with us over the phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we go around. I can tell you with each person. With Gloria, it's Terry Thomas. With Merlin, it's Jennifer, right? With blah, 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 blah. With Susan, it's Lester and Teresa.
Yep.
With Wilma, it's Teresa Benedict. Who did I not?
That's everybody.
And you know that what happened today was recorded on Zoom. I just haven't learned yet how to make it a YouTube, but I have recorded it on my iPad, and that one I know how to upload. So Unity Center of Montreal has a channel, and the talk is available there by the end of the evening. So you can have a look at it, or you can listen to it, or you can pass it around, okay? Only the talk by Scott and the meditation. Come on, go, Julie. You want to see my black dog? Huh?
Sure.
Yes.
Bobby, will you bring me coffee? We all should have a showing of our four-legged because they have an obligation in our life. They are carriers of a certain spiritual energy, you know?
Yes, definitely.
Oh, here comes Ruby.
Definitely. You know, Maya, I'm glad you showed us Ruby
Oh,
before.
there you go.
Oh, oh, oh,
Oh, gosh.
what a pet.
Oh.
Oh,
You know, we lost Ruby, as you know, my little
yes.
golden love. And she was the mama of this, not physically, but the older sister, let's call it. And he had a life where he did everything she did, he followed her. So when she went, he got that adjustment. He was lost in the universe. But anyway, he's doing much better. We decided we were going to talk to him. Every time we walk by him, we say something to him. And he responds to, he likes that. But isn't he a beauty?
Yes.
Mhm.
What's his name? What's his name?
Parker. P-A.
Parker?
Parker. P-A-R-K-E-R.
Parker.
I know, and you know, it's very funny with my accent. I can never get people to hear what it is. But yeah, that's his name. Okay. You think this is-
Pauline, we could see your lovely cat there during the right after.
Yes.
Looking peaceful as can be.
Yes. She comes around. I think she begins to, I think she likes meditating now.
Uh-huh.
Every now and then when we meditate, she comes around. Yeah.
So anyway, so the ponies that are pulling us, you know, think about that concept that we're looking now. What are some reasons to get back into the church? Reasons to get back into the sanctuary? The groups are meeting downstairs. They are applying our condition of, you know, of social distancing and all that, but they've started to meet. So the downstairs is used, is busy. We have 3 new yoga classes that are meeting there. So there is life in the building, but the upstairs with Reverend Juliet and us, the sanctuary, I'm looking for reasons and ponies, what I call, that will bring us back there. And I know we are not there yet, from what I understand. People are not that ready to step into going to church and having to be 8 feet apart and wearing masks. But
Yes, our church is doing the same thing we're doing right here. We're online. It's at 10 o'clock, just before we met. And they've been doing it now, I don't know, maybe 8 weeks, maybe 9 weeks. And I noticed the other day that there were over 400 people
Wow.
on the list of the numbers. It was showing how many people were on. And it's not that large a church, but people are tuning in from all over.
Mm-hmm.
how do they let the world know? How do they communicate?
I don't know. Just
Probably have a website that's.
yeah, well, they have a website, sure. That may be doing it.
That you know, that is good and encouraging news. I would
Mhm.
love to get our word out a little more. We have the e-bulletin and we have the website and we got Facebook. And our treasurer, who is on the board, but he works on Sunday, so he can't be with us. He has been donating some money to boost the Facebook audience, you know, some kind of way of advertising. But it hasn't brought in any. I mean, we are all very familiar to one another. We don't have any new faces. So, yeah, this is good news that this church, for some reason, is reaching outside their geography, right?
Well, I think that the main it's individuals contacting other of their friends and this sort of thing. There are even people online who are in England, for example,
Wow.
and someone is in Spain, and they're tuning in to the service.
And it's the Jupiter Church, Unity of Jupiter?
No, I live in Vero Beach now,
Okay. Okay.
which is north of Jupiter.
Okay.
Vero
So
Beach Unity,
Unity of Vero Beach, okay.
right.
And they do everything, music and everything on
They have the usual musicians are there, and it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Everything, and of course, Dan, who's the minister, is outstanding speaker. So I don't usually, except I had to miss today, but to be with you, but that's fine with me.
Yeah. Well, you know, you're giving from your incredible, vast resources.
Thanks.
Don't
That comes with great age.
Yeah, but you know, I don't think once you have been called and once you accepted ordination and the ministry and been called into this work, I don't think you ever retire from it. I think Spirit has always need of you, and I'm glad.
I've tried to retire, and here I am.
Here you are. You see, there goes Maya. Pulls you back.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
All right. Yes, Merlin. Yes.
Just unmute.
You have to unmute yourself, Merlin. Ah, voila. She doesn't know how.
No.
It's in the lower left-hand corner.
He's unmuted.
There you are. Whoops, there you were.
There you are. Yes.
Speak.
Speak.
Bye, everybody. I'm leaving. Bye.
Yeah, me too.
Have a good week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Merlin.
Bye.
Thanks.
Love you all. Love you all.
Thank you, Scott.
Merlin.
Bye. Bye.
Yes.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
I love.
May I just point out that we're still recording, have been all along?
I'm sorry. I'll take that off. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not using my Zoom recording anyway.
Yeah.
Because
Okay. Anyway, I have to go because my computer's about to let go here. So
Bye, Gloria.
Thank you, Maya.
see you
Bye,
soon.
everybody.
Maya, I have a question.
Yeah, Sharifa.
I wanted to ask you, is there anybody taking care of the grounds at Unity?
Well, Robert Prevost is he's sort of like the contact that is in charge of the what's called AA 5 o'clock.
Mhm.
And they are meeting every day at 5 o'clock. And he has been our maintenance. He has done a lot of the repair for free
Mhm.
as a donation.
Mhm.
And he makes sure when he walks by that he picks up the trash. But we don't, like in fall, cutting back, getting, you know, why are you asking? Is it particularly messy?
I asked because I passed by there yesterday and I saw that the bushes were sort of like overflowing. And I was just wondering, is anybody taking care of that? Who's cutting them back and doing the grass?
No. Do you have anybody in your world that would be willing to do that?
Nope.
No, I
But
will.
I know it's working.
Yeah, I think that this is probably a good time. Winter is coming, right? Fall is in the air. to have a little cleaning of the, is it looking very, are there a lot of trash around? Do I have to worry
No, I
about?
didn't see trash. I didn't see any trash, but I did see that some of the growth there needs to be cut back. Yeah.
I wouldn't mind cutting, but I'd like to be with somebody who knows whether plants should be cut or not.
Mhm.
I don't know if Marjorie would be willing. She's a good plant person. I picked up the garbage when we did the kitchen, so that was a few weeks ago.
Mhm.
But yes, growth everywhere in the city. They seem to just be letting things kind of go, whether, public little plots. I find that everything is big this year, but
Overgrown.
I could ask Marjorie about it if she'd be willing, because I don't want to cut a plant at its, chop it off if it's going to grow again kind of thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just curious.
No,
But you're,
we also are going to, as soon as we have this thing resolved with the Bank of Montreal, I was hoping Merlin was still on. This coming week, we should have everything, all the paperwork resolved. And once that is done, I want to sort of delegate some of the work to various people. So it's not, is it still recording?